This week we start off in Montana at the legendary Shiloh Sharps Rifle Company. Then we head down to Colorado for a tour of the beautiful Alpine Ranch. Plus a once-in-a-lifetime moose hunt. And finally, we visit a scenic ranch near Lander, Wyoming.
Really happy to be here in Lander. This ranch is unbelievable.
Since the founding fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us.
Good morning.
It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards.
Let's go. Get close.
If you ever take time to get away, spend some time in a setting like this, you'll realize what you've been missing.
From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. This portion of Life on the Land is brought to you by JetIt, private, fast, smart. Gunwerks, 1,000 yards out of the box. Revic, revolutionary optics. Maverick blinds, a lifetime of hunting. Greeley Hat Works, we start with better bodies. Hooray Grills, you dream it, we can cook it. Western Heritage Consulting and Engineering. Envision, design, build. Kryptek, battlefield to backcountry. Polaris, think outside. Ag America, innovators, educators, land lenders. Eukanuba, performance nutrition.
Hey, Dan Brown.
Kirk Bryan.
Pleasure to meet you.
Good to see you again.
See ya. Hi, I'm Kirk Bryan from Shiloh Rifle Manufacturing. We're here in Reed Point, Montana at the moment at our shooting range. The plant is in Big Timber, Montana, around 28 miles away. The founder started in Farmingdale, New York in 1975. Around 1982, they moved to Big Timber, Montana. There was 18 semi-loads of machines, and they built up a building and continued making the 1863, the 1874 Sharps. When I got out of the Navy in 1986, I went in partnership with my father and mother, and now my sister's involved. We purchased the company in 1991 and have been going since 2019 now. We've added one gun to the line, the Model 1877. What's unique about our product is you can take any part that we make, and everything's made under one roof. We don't bring in parts from other places or vendors, but you can take the pieces we're making and then exchange them for original parts that was made 150 years ago. 22 years ago, we started our own foundry, so we can do all of our own casting, have better control over the parts that come to the machine shop. We're taking virgin 4140 chrome ollie. We have molds that we make all of our own waxes. It's investment casting. We have an induction unit that melts 30 pounds of steel every 4.5 minutes from cold to 3,000 degrees if you want to. In this way, we have a lot better turnout on parts. They machine nicer, we have full control. I have a shooting range down here, down by Reed Point, Montana. It's 180 acres. At first, it was just to come down here and test, and then a lot of my shooter friends and stuff thought we should put up a silhouette range. There's 80 steel animal targets that's set up out there. I can facilitate 64 shooters. We have an annual invitational shoot for customers, and that happens a week after Labor Day weekend. And people come out and drag their campers. They come from all over the United States now. We're packed every year. We run 4 relays, and there's 16 shooters shooting at one time. There's chickens, pigs, turkeys, and rams. It's at 2, 3, 385, and 500 meters. We also, the Friday before the match, have a long range shoot that's 6, 8, 9, and I have a full-size buffalo at 1,100 yards. And we have a barbecue supper, just one of them good family fun things that we don't seem to have a lot nowadays. We built a little cabin, and I don't know if any of you remember the show Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood, but the name of that town was Big Whiskey. So that's what this place got named. It's got, you can shoot 4 shooters at a time out windows for the winter time. It's got a wood stove in it, a bar if you want to play cards, and all that kind of stuff, fixed up out of rough lumber. And so that's what we do in the winter time.
The Climber, a new ultralight design by Gunwerks. The Climber is the pinnacle of lightweight, long-range design. Design yours at gunwerks.com.
Introducing the PMR 428 by Revic. We've integrated a ballistic solver, weather station, and heads-up display for the fastest full ballistic solution available. Just dial the elevation turret to your range, apply wind correction, and score first shot hits beyond a mile. Revic Optics. Revolution in sight. For consumer direct pricing, visit revicoptics.com.
Born out of necessity, the Hooray Grill was created for the individual who appreciates quality craftsmanship, fellowship, and a true appreciation for the outdoors. Not just another disposable product, the Hooray Grill is reminiscent of a generation when quality stood the test of time and camaraderie was truly valued. Designed to gather, time well spent deserves a Hooray Grill.
I'm Brett Favre, host of Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, Life on the Land.
For 20 years in the NFL, my life was always on the go, and my schedule was controlled by someone else. Now that I own my own time, I fly with JetIt. JetIt allows me to maximize my life's experiences. Thanks to JetIt, I can enjoy my favorite activities of hunting, fishing, and recording my new television show. JetIt, private, fast, smart.
This segment of Life on the Land is brought to you by Gunwerks, 1,000 yards out of the box. Revic, revolutionary optics. Kryptek, battlefield to backcountry.
So you hop on down to one of the ski areas, or you go down to the river and fish, you go down to Royal Gorge and do all of the activities that they have up there. And then you retreat to this pristine home. I'm Twyla Giroux with Hayden Outdoors, and we are in the middle of Fremont County, almost to the Park County line, on a beautiful ranch that borders thousands of acres of BLM with a beautiful custom-made home, very quiet, very secluded, pristine ground. You have views of 4 different mountain ranges here. And then you have a little peekaboo view of Pikes Peak.
I'm Don Watts. We're in the middle of Alpine Ranch, about 9,200 feet, about 30 minutes north of Canyon City, 10 minutes south of Guffey. We bought the property and closed on it in January of 2008. There was a total of 440 acres. We sold off a portion of it and kept 145 of it. We built the house originally in 2012. We finished it in 2015. It's about 4,681 feet, 5 baths, 3 bedrooms, gourmet kitchen. The whole upstairs of the home is about 1,300 feet, and that's all the master suite. There's a 12 by 36 foot deck off the back that overlooks all of the BLM, the Sangres, and the collegiates. Very private, very pristine, very quiet up here. We have a big, large game room with a pool table in it. We have an office above it that has internet, telephone. You can get cell phone up here really well. $82 a month buys the phone and the internet. You can do all the download, high speed you want. You can download movies. It's, no limit on it. Really great service. And we're about the only area up here that in this ranch that gets it because we're the highest peak. My wife and I looked for 3 or 4 years and we were looking for specific things on a piece of property. We're looking for rock outcroppings, we're looking for big views, particularly the 14,000 foot mountains. We're looking for rolling terrain, we're looking for flat terrain, we're looking for alpine meadows. We're looking for big pine, aspen, and fir, and this property has all of that. We have a lot of room. If you want to run cattle, want to have horses, you can do it. If you want to have dense forest, we have dense forest behind us. So we have really a little of everything up here. In the homestead, we have a spring down there with a cistern. We have all the BLM out there. You can hike for days. So really, it's just a wide range of wildlife. And BLM is 8,500 acres or so of property that can be hunted on as well. We have 3,000 feet of fence line that abuts the property to the BLM. So the hunting is really, really good up here, very good.
The thousands of acres to the west and the thousands of acres to the south, I don't have to worry about neighbors. However, I've met some of the neighbors up here, the ranchers up here, and they're just salt of the earth kind of people. So if you need help, you've got it, but they're not right in your backyard.
Anybody that buys this property is really going to get something unique.
This segment of Life on the Land has been brought to you by Maverick Blinds, a lifetime of hunting. Hooray Grills, you dream it, we can cook it. Eukanuba, performance nutrition.
The altitude line and series, the rain gear, the soft shell, the lightweight pants, they all performed extremely well. It's shoulder fabric and you get a really nice blend of durability and also performance. And the colorations are done for mountain hunting, specifically above the tree line. I think that the hardcore mountain hunters are really going to appreciate how well it performs, durability, and the function.
Maverick Blinds, a lifetime of hunting.
This segment of Life on the Land is brought to you by JetIt, private, fast, smart. Western Heritage Consulting and Engineering. Envision, design, build.
Hey, my name is Dan Brunk and I'm the director at Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. We're in Jackson County, Colorado. Came up for a moose hunt that I've been putting in for 16 years for here. Stump moose. Well, when Duncan found out that I drew the tag, he instantly offered that I stay at his cabin up here in Unit 16, which is only about 10 miles from where I was gonna go hunting.
Talking with a rancher a few days ago and said he had seen 2 or 3 good bulls. Usually feed down from up high and get down into this bottoms during the evening and sit out there all during the night. And we'll kind of just have to see here this evening.
You know, many times you get a chance to work with people that are passionate about their job and passionate about what they do. And Duncan is one of those guys, just really passionate about land, the outdoors. I mean, the guy is in the field all the time. He knows elk, he knows deer. I think after this week, he knows moose. Well, it's September 30th, 2019, and came in last night. Duncan showed us kind of around, and we got to see a bull really late when we were walking out of here on this Colorado Creek. Duncan saw a couple today. We kind of divide and conquer, so he saw 2 decent bulls come down, or actually come up. They came down last night and then they went up. out of these drainages up to the Quakies for bedding, so I'm pumped. It's been 16 years. It's a pretty coveted tag, so we're excited to be here and excited to show you a little bit about a Colorado moose hunt. We started Monday with a good scout trip. Went to a couple different locations. One back where we had been hunting for the last 20 years. The other was on a new parcel here of state land. So pretty. Being up here in Jackson County, Colorado, takes me back to when I first moved out to the state in '97. I actually harvested my first big game animal ever just about 10 miles north of here. I always knew, after being chased by multiple moose when I was elk hunting and deer hunting, that I would probably come back if I ever was lucky enough to draw a tag.
Well, the wind just switched on us, so everything downstream is kind of hosed, but we'll still work our way down this edge.
Well, opening morning came early, and we were excited to get out there and check out the territory. We went to Colorado Creek first. It's a spot where I camped with my uncles and my dad a long time ago trying to find elk, and it's a great habitat, gorgeous willow-filled creek bottoms. So we just kept on working downstream and trying to play the wind. We kind of got shut down on the wind a little bit that morning. These moose, they have terrible eyesight, but they do have fantastic smell and hearing. So we just kind of worked our way on the north side of the creek down, and finally we saw a small bull that was bedded.
Bedded in the meadow. Has no idea we're here. That's good. We're about a mile in. I'm glad he's not giant, otherwise I had to pack him out.
And he's probably a 1.5 year old bull. He basically was just trying to get through high school. So we left him, hiked down a little bit more, and then once we petered out close to the private property border, we decided to work our way back up an old clear cut and had a nice hike back to the truck. My father-in-law was lucky enough to go with a friend of his that drew a tag about 10 years ago. And his main tip was just pull off close to the road, crawl up on a hill, call, and let the bull come in. Well, man, we were excited day 3, feeling a little under the weather, so decided to take my father-in-law's tips and just kind of drive around, stay close to the road, cover multiple parks, and see if you can see something. Got in there at the right time, and I spotted a cow moose in the far side.
There's a cow there.
We hopped out, did a hike down to the edge of the high mountain meadow, and saw that there was a cow and a calf on the far side, about 300 yards away. I just threw out a couple moose grunts, and sure enough, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a dark figure coming out from behind the woods.
Bull, bull, bull. Looks like a good one.
Man, these bulls, they don't like anything else to be in their territory, so they usually show their dominance by shredding and scraping trees and willows, and had Duncan break some sticks, and that just really got him riled up. He came in even closer. I think we got him to about 190 to 200 yards.
Let's do it. Are you ready?
Thanks, Hayden.
Thanks for helping.
There was that moment where I made that decision that I was going to take that bull, 100% confidence in the firearm, and as soon as he dropped, 16 years came to fruition. I was pumped, I was excited, couldn't wait to get my hands on that bull.
Oh. God, they're big.
Jeez. Well, 3rd day of the hunt, and we got it done. It's just awesome, awesome area, Colorado, southwest of Walden. 16 years to get the tag for this Shiras moose, and gonna be excited to put him on the wall and have some tenderloins on the grill.
Will be great eating.
Thanks, man.
Congrats.
Well, it's been a great week out here in Jackson County with Duncan and the crew. You know, just because I work at a brokerage where we have 600 or 700 private properties and maybe some opportunities to access hunting land on these private properties, I grew up hunting public land. So to be able to come out into our property, right, America's properties that we get to use and harvest a bull like this, it really means a lot to the heritage of my family and hunting, and also what I'm going to pass on to my children.
We ask for obedience. They give us pride. We expect performance. They inspire all. We need a partner for the season. They give us a bond for life. Our dogs give everything we ask, and then some. Their nutrition should do the same.
Your work is your ethic. Your handshake is your bond. Your word will outlive you. There's only so much you can leave behind in this life. Make your land your legacy. Landowners nationwide trust Western Heritage with their land enhancement and development. No matter what the project is, Western Heritage will make sure your future is in good hands. Your own. This segment of Life on the Land is brought to you by Polaris. Think outside. Ag America. Innovators, educators, land lenders. Greeley Hat Works. We start with better bodies.
We're here on the North Fork Canyon Ranch above Lander, Wyoming. A beautiful day up here, just late September, elk season, antelope season. We just came off the one-shot antelope hunt yesterday with some friends. Really happy to be here in Lander. This ranch is unbelievable. You know, a rare place when you've got several species of game birds, big elk, big deer, mule deer, antelope. This property has an amazing set of views, and the proximity to Lander make it a good candidate for a single user home down on the lower country. The upper part of the ranch has a conservation easement on it, and it is access into wilderness areas. So you've got the gateway to great hunting above the ranch. Each of the canyons hold a lot of game and just crazy views. But the nice thing about the ranch also is that you're always in cell service when you're on the property. I guess some people think that'd be a negative, but the property really does offer all the amenities you need necessary to, you know, be a busy professional, live in Lander or live up on the ranch and stay in touch with the rest of the world. Let's go. Stay close. We're hunting chuckers up in the high country, and Bill's been gracious enough to let us get the dogs out and get some work. We've got two good short hairs down on Blaze and Goober on some chuckers, so we'll see if we can catch any of them before they get into the canyons. This ranch has over 1,200 acres protecting a private access into probably millions of acres of national forest. And so this is very unique. 10 minutes to town and yet 10 minutes to wilderness. Lander, Wyoming is a really nice town with just all the amenities you'd want. Small town feel with fine dining and excellent people. We're pumped to open the office in Lander. We've got a great location on Main Street with an old historic building we're restoring, and Bill Vossing, our partner, and all of the brokers and agents around Lander just do a great job with the folks and their clientele here in the area.
We're in Lander, Wyoming, and this is just a phenomenal place to be. So Molly's going to tell us a little bit about this special event tonight. It's 70-some years.
76 years of the actual hunt, but well over 76 since it's been founded. So there's other hunts in the country that are modeled after this hunt.
You know, you hear 20 years, a long time, 30, but 76. So how did it start, and how is your family connected to it?
My great-grandfather, the Dahl connection, him and his buddy, the Evans connection, made a challenge and brought together two states to start this hunt as part of a little friendly challenge. Like,
so it was Colorado versus Wyoming
when
it started?
Yeah, they were 5-man teams when they started. As time progressed, they added more teams, changed them down to 3, and we have the current hunt we see today.
Well, you got to be so proud that your great-grandfather was one that started this.
Yeah, he was an immigrant from Sweden, and so like this was his great adventure, was leaving Colorado, coming up here, doing the hunts. He was friends with members of the tribe, so that's why the tribe has such a great connection. Like, we wouldn't have this hunt if we didn't have the tribal hunting rights and the Shoshone tribe participating so strongly. it just gives it a very unique flair that's not matched anywhere else. Blessing of the Bullet.
Blessing of the
just
Bullet.
Gives a very strong heritage.
I think it's phenomenal. Lander, Wyoming is a really cool spot.
I couldn't imagine doing it anywhere else. This is where the hunt needs to be every year.
Very cool. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having us tonight.
No problem.
We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, some big fish. We had a little trouble today, but yesterday in a 50-mile-an-hour wind, we had a blast. We caught a lot of big trout on fly, hitting grasshoppers, and just pretty amazing. You know, appreciate Rhett letting us hunt and hang out at the ranch and do what we do. It's just kind of awesome.
Good shot.